Alright, episode 2. Of Davian Destiny Orc. Destiny Orc. Yes, Destiny Orc. Alright, well, for the most part I've gone through the starter dungeons, but there's basically like one sort of last starter dungeon to go through. But before we go do that, let's check out the shops. So there's basically like these like triangular shops you can like go to get stuff, and if you hover over, you can basically see what they do. So this guy's got like Steam Tech weaponry, and if I access him, you basically see he's got like the stuff I sold to him, as well as like all like the steam guns and such that I can buy from him. Most of the stuff I really don't care about this yet, because I'll probably get better weapons eventually, so I won't worry about this guys just yet, but I do have money to buy stuff if I need to. This library. So there's basically all these different shops here, like the Klork Peninsula. They mostly sell like tier 1 stuff, tier 2 stuff. Usually nothing too valuable. But if you lack any gear, if you like basically haven't gotten from like the Steam Giants or like the Klork, or not the Klork, the Yeti caves, you can come here to possibly get some more stuff. The two shops the most important, though, besides like the triangular guys, are probably going to be like the Tinker shop here though, and the infusion shop. While infusions aren't something I'll probably be using, here's like some infusions that you can use if you want to. So you got like all the like these little wild infusions, stuff like that. But the Tinker shop is the big one. So at the Tinker shop, you can get special training, which obviously you can like get for like Steam Tech Physics and Steam Tech Chemistry. I already own those ones, so I don't really worry about them, but they're there. And then here's all like the medical injector implants, the steam dryer implants, and all schematics I could possibly buy. These are basically things I can use for like creating tinkers with. So there's like the steam gun, the steam saw, water solve, frost solve, fiery solve, all different stuff I can basically get. And there's also implants if I need them too. Here's the forge where you can basically get yourself some steam tech stuff. There's like all the steam saws. And here you can go get your steam guns. Ooh, look at that, mana-clashing weapon. That's always fun to see. By the way, something I know about the steam generators, they aren't actually like magical in nature, so you can actually use like anti-magic weaponry on top of like your character if you want to. But for now, let's go kill some Sun Paladins, because that's what we're going to do next. So right here is the entrance to the Sunwall Outpost. It's basically minimum level 8. I've already gone up to level 10, so these guys be scaled a little bit to my level. But essentially going here, when you go to this map, you basically get yourself a reinforcements, and you basically fight against Sun Paladins and such. And some major recruits and stuff like that. Let's kick some ass. Use this, we're going to basically smash this guy with blunt shots. This is going to basically cause a cone against these guys. I used the wrong skill there. Now you have to watch out for the stuff they can put on you, like this like little searing light. So let's move here. And let's try to Metal Star him a little bit. We'll go with the cone there, I guess. Kill him. Kill him. Alright, so there's like an introduction to this level. Now, there's more to basically say about this level. You'll actually find like there's like a lot of special things like it. Like just these palisades, but basically these palisades are wooden barricades that sort of like block your movement, but they don't block your line of sight. So I can like not fire freeze, but I can see through them. They're kind of interesting like that. They're like the frost walls or the ice walls. There's a Sunwall Archer. Now, note that this guy, he's got some special skills, the Gunslinger. He right now just used something called a net projector, which basically will, disable this guy a little bit. Ow, I'm taking some hits here. Let's start regenerating a little bit. Nice, he dropped an explosive shell, which is a schematic. So, explosive shell's down here. It's basically not a quiver one, but it basically adds explosive shells to my quiver. There's lots of tinkering stuff to go with, you know. in this game. Oh wow, that hurt. Let's use this. Move here. Regenerate a little bit. And there we go. I managed to use this thing. So apparently my cone shot, it does the cone shot, but it won't necessarily hit the guys in a, 90-degree angle type of thing. Now, this can be a difficult area because you're basically fighting against spellcasters pretty early on, but they're not too bad. They'll kill like you if you're a newbie, I guess, to the game, but they're not too bad. Crap, get out of there. Let's go stealth this guy. Now, I think there's an achievement if you basically get all your, friends to basically survive this, encounter, but I'm not sure about that. Alright, we got a Sun Mage Recruit and a Sun Paladin over there. And up there as well, apparently. So notice I can't attack the Sun Mage Recruit there, but I can attack like this guy here. Alright, let's try for the blunt shot right here. Alright, cool. So I stunned, I believe, both these guys with that shot. That's cool. So that worked out pretty well. Now here's a regular Sun Mage. You'll basically find just recruits in regular Sun Mages as well as recruit Sun Paladins and non-Sun Paladins. So this is going very well. Now, sometimes you'll find these rooms that don't have an entrance. You have to basically bust your way in. They're the recruit Sun Paladin. And there's a healing infusion on the duelist. That's actually pretty useful right now because that's more useful than my, regeneration infusion for a moment. This is cool, but basically it's not that useful to me compared to an instant healing type of thing for this type of character, I think. Now, make a note by the way. Right now, healing infusions have been sort of improved recently, and I haven't really pointed that out yet. But basically, they now remove wound effect or poison effect too. So it used to be that healing infusions, they're instant instant heals that basically cure poison. Now they cure wounds, and wounds are basically stuff like cripple, bleeding wounds, stuff like that. So basically, this is a very powerful inscription, the healing infusion right now to have for this character. Couple Sun Paladins here. You'll find some lore, by the way, in the Sunwall Outpost. It basically documents, a little bit about Commander Trell and someone else. Basically discussing stuff. Just a level up. That level up lets me get what? Let's see here. I wouldn't mind getting more stun. I wouldn't mind getting more side shot either. Whoops. Let's get that up another point, and we'll bump up cunning a little bit. It would be a good idea to possibly get some armor training at this point, so maybe I'll get a little bit of armor training. And we'll maybe focus on what? I feel like I should be getting this stuff just to show it off some more. You know what? I think that's what we're going to do for this character. We're going to basically try and show off the Steam Techs. I usually don't use Steam Techs because they're basically a heavy investment to get this stuff usually. Basically get 5/5 in therapeutics, but other than that, you don't really need the other stuff too much. Let's go. It really doesn't matter what I invest in at this point. Let's just put it in mechanical here, I guess. Alright, so I haven't really been pointing these out, but there's basically these things called like moonwells. These are like very like, yeah, these are like a special like, you know, type of terrain feature that's very basically out of like the new campaign. And you notice that my guy was cloaked here. Basically, these things like will add like stealth and stuff to your character. So if you look at it here, Moon Radiance, Utter Floor. The target is under the effects of the moons, decreasing light and sight radius by 1, but increases stun immunity by 30%, granting 10 stealth and darkness resistance by 30. So basically, this thing lets you basically, you know, get really like, you know, hidden. It's basically reverse called the Sunwall. It basically does the opposite of it. And there's a steam saw schematic. That's cool. Oops. Taking a beating here. My guy keeps stepping in front of me, which is stupid. There's a recruit. Ow, ow, ow. Kill him. I picked up an amulet or something with cunning on it. That looks cool. I've yet to get an amulet, so we'll put that on right away. Now, I'll also note, by the way, that Phase 2 ruins have, you know, basically apparently been buffed, I guess, or they aren't as bad as I guess they used to be. It used to be that, you know, Phase 2 ruins were, like, you know, terrible, just, like, you know, relocation ruins, but now they basically increase, like, your duration to, like, you know, it reduces, like, the duration of, like, negative effects on you, as well as, like, increase your resistances and, like, your defense. So, Phase 2 ruins are basically a good, like, you know, ruin for, like, defensive purposes now. I probably won't use them, but it's worth pointing out that they're, like, not as bad as either, so they've been improved. Alright, so for this map, an Orc Gunslinger join me. You'll basically usually get a Gunslinger or a Steam Saw Butcher to basically draw you help you out in these maps, depending on what's happening. Okay, an Archer. Nice, I killed him. He went splat. Let's go this way. Oh, I'm taking massive hits here. Let's do this. Let's go here. Ow! That guy's got lightning of some sort in him. That's annoying. Let's heal up a little bit. Let's side shot you. That was painful as hell. Activate this. Nice, he dropped a steam gun. So we'll check this out. It's basically a steam gun of fire. It just basically adds, by the way, whenever you're attacking with steam guns, you're using up a little bit of steam even on each attack, so you have to watch out for that. You basically use like 2 steam per attack. Don't move forward. Ow. The archers are being somewhat painful today. Alright, there's like the other guy basically talking about. There's like, you know, Outpost Leader John. Outpost Leader John is actually the boss of this place, by the way. You'll be killing him soon. There's an amethyst dropped. There's a schematic for a Voltaic Shell. So yeah, you guys got like the steam saw here, which is basically used for making steam saws. Basically, the spans on one hand acts as swords or maces to make, you know, into like a steam saw. Here's Voltaic Shell. It's basically like gonna give you a Voltaic Shell. These all require explosives, apparently. All the stuff I basically get, you know. Spike attachment. I already got Armour Reinforcement, though. By the way, I should probably note, there's actually tiers of like stuff you can like do here. So you notice I basically have like smith up to like, you know, you need like one smithing for this, but basically you'll have like these tiers for like weapons that you can like, you know, improve. And like these like tiers actually increase the effectiveness of this stuff. So if I want to, I could try and make like a tier 2 like armor reinforcements to basically, you know, show off a little bit. Now basically better my tier 1 one. Same goes for like, you know, your water cells and stuff like that. You get like all these different tiers of stuff. So it's kind of interesting how like the tinkers work, I guess, if you're into tinkers. Damn it, there's a guy right here. Let's consult him. Apparently I got a counter on myself there, that sucked, but whatever. And yes, this is the other dude that's around, like the Font of Life is still around to have fun with. Okay, I want that archer to come to me. So I can smash him with that. There's a Mine Star. Ow. Okay, how good is this Mine Star? Because I've only got, like, you know, the basic one I started off with. So, these are both tier 2 Mine Stars. One gives me blooming, one gives me creative. Creative's probably better to get, so let's go with it. I did not mean to put that right there. Put that back on. Let's put the thing off there. There we go. I think I'll keep on this. Well, here's something to note, by the way. This is actually a tier 2 weapon, so it actually has a firing range of 7 as opposed to 6. That might be better than like the acid damage one basically with the other one, so let's put this one on, I guess, for now. I probably need 20 strength to put this on. That sucks, but whatever. Pain! More lore? Do-do-do-do. Oh, we got friends. Kill that guy. Apparently I hurt a lot killing that guy. Alright, so here's like a, you know, reverse of like the Moonwell. Here's like the Sunwell. Sunwells are basically, you know, the target's under effects of the sun. This increases your light and sight radius by 2. It gives you blindness immunity, and it basically gets you self-seeing and light resistance of 30%. So, you know, the reverse is like the Moonwell. Moonwells are actually more dangerous than the Sunwells, but, you know, you gotta reverse of each, right? So, they're there. Now, I'll note, by the way, if you already have learned, like, a schematic, you can sell it for a little bit of money, which is, you know, a nice thing to do with, like, the schematics you already know. Also, our stuff I really don't care about, so let's just sell it for a little bit of money. Alright, so we got ourselves the Orc Retaliator. If you look at this guy, you'll see that he's basically got access to like steam tech talents for like steam saws. So like he'll be like a saw busher type of guy. Boink. Let's get rid of that. Oh, what the heck. This guy's got Infusion Sun of all things. And it's actually affecting me. That's annoying. So, that's gonna be a bit of an issue. This guy's apparently got the ability to, you know, he's got a nice infusion for, like, orcs, but that's gonna be annoying nonetheless. He constantly uses it too, apparently. Whoops. Here's a question. Can I actually get him to replace it with something like this? I'm not sure I want to give him phase door, but... transfer to party, maybe. Maybe he'll use that now. That'd be so damn nice if he uses it right now. I mean, that infusion's okay for, like, you know, being used against you when you're basically fighting against stuff, but as, like, you know, something for your ally, it's gonna hit you, apparently, so... I'll note, by the way, that this is not, like, a refurbished, like, you know, DLC or anything, so there is obviously room for improvement. Ah, figures, he still's got it. So wee! I get to lose sight for a little bit. Wee! There's some more lore. It figures. Here's a question. Will I hit this guy if I use the thing? So yes, apparently you can only you can't stun your own guys with, like, you know, attacks. You have to watch out for that. Let's heal up a little bit. Ow. I got countered of all things. That sucks. Get rid of that counter. Move away this way. That was painful, but, you know, I got through him. Yeah, it's basically a lot of touch and go here, but for the most part, it's not too bad. Now, I'm switching all these houses because it gives me, like, room to run around if I need to, I guess. Wow, here's a vault. Don't go into the vaults unless you're stupid. Vaults are actually really deadly in the DLC, I find. They, like, will kill you most of the time. Again! At least it seems like he's the only one with the damn blinding ability. Alright, let's go do that. Kill him, apparently. Okay, let's get my Vapor Step to go. Maybe. Well, that didn't work as I expected it would, but it still worked. So note to self, if you can't, like, teleport, I guess you don't actually teleport. Well, that worked out well. Hopefully that doesn't affect him, what I did, but whatever. Yoink. Alright, well, that's all dead. A lot of guys to kill at once, but whatever. We're just gonna walk through here. I felt like doing that for the hell of it, you know. And again, do that. Assault. I'm gonna be glad when we're done the outpost, because I really don't like the fact that this guy's using infusion, but whatever. There's Outpost Leader John, so he's basically the boss of his place. Alright, he illuminated me there, but it's not going to kill me. Alright, so this guy here is the boss. With this guy, you basically want to, like, you know, stay away a lot. I'll set that there. He likes to fire these solar orbs sometimes. They're kind of annoying, but whatever. Boom, boom. He's bleeding and stunned and all this other nice stuff. Almost got him. You shall pass. So once you kill the boss, you're basically able to cross into, like, you know, the next area. There's a new achievement, basically narrow sea for, like, killing that guy. It gives you a nice little bit of lore as well as, like, you know, our items. All right, let's see. Let's go with more dexterity, more cunning. Boost up. What's this? Vacuum shot. So, attach the Psionic Storm device to the shot, doing weapon damage. When it hits a foe with the device, finally sucking all air nearby, pulling increases in the raise of 4. Cool. We'll get that right there. Let's, Alright, so we got some other stuff here. I got, like, explosives, and I got electricity. Let's get explosives up a little bit, I guess. Eureka! Learn the Saw Shell. I got Urban Beads here, which is basically an amulet. So this lets me infuse myself with healing. That's a little bit better than this, I guess. So we'll keep this around. I'm gonna keep this amulet around for the cunning, but just so you know. So we're gonna keep this, like, you know, this cunning amulet until I can get my stuff up a little bit more. Just to throw it out there. You know, I'm kind of glad that my orc died there because it makes it so much easier to play. Without him, like, you know, constantly being around to, like, you know, infuse me. Ow. God, he took a while to go through. It's nice, I have that ability to, like, you know, pull stuff in. Okay, let's go like this. Go put those stuff like that. Alright, it's just the vault left. So we're gonna avoid the vault because the vault can kick my ass. I could possibly do the vault, but it's just not worth it, so we're just gonna book it out of here now. So that was the Sunwall Outpost. When you basically defeat, you basically get this nice little bridge to go across to basically get to the next territory. So this is basically, you know, the southern portion of Var'Eyal. You won't find most of the dungeons here that, like, you visited in the past, but there's gonna be some new ones. Like, you know, you got the Dominion port here. You got the thing up there that is passed. We'll just wander around a little bit, you know, showing the southern portion of Var'Eyal again. Now, I have to be very careful, by the way, because it is possible to run into enemies out in the world map over here. They're pretty forgiving, not giving you, like, any world enemies to fight early on, but you do have to fight them eventually. Now, here's, like, the richest tunnels. We're actually going to go in here for a moment just to set the level. So you arrive in a maze of shifty sand tunnels, but you have with you the power of technology. You've been given the Stratolight's Sand Treader. Use it to dig yourself a path, should there be none to found. So you walk into a wall with a shore equipped, and the sand will crumble before you. Beware to not draw too much attention to yourself, and do not forget to collect the eggs. So that's for our quest, but we're going to do that a little bit later. And I need to, we're just going to make sure this is tagged. That's essentially something that I can equip on my hands over here. But I've already got the, like, you know, the iron grip, so we'll keep that around for now. Remember Rockshore Pride? It's not here anymore. It's gone. See, it is like the Salve portion of Var'Eyal, and it's probably where we'll be spending a lot of time for the early part of the game. I guess something to watch out for. There's these inertia for patrols and some problem patrols that will pop up every so often. They're not too deadly, but that's only because they move kind of slow. Alright, here's the path leading to the Sunwall Observatory. This is like the point where I say, like, you know, that's like, you know, like the end of like the mid game, so to speak. Once you get over to here. Right now we're like in like the early mid game or late early game is what we're in right now. Alright, you'll note by the way I'm jumping into a lot of these places right now. Basically, I'm trying to like set the minimum levels for these a little bit, just so that they're not like, you know, too tough to go into. I find that the stuff that you might fight in these places can be really difficult, so I'm just setting the minimum levels for them a little bit. So yeah, something I recommend, jump into all these you know, places early on, so you basically have minimum levels for them. And there's one more down here, just to show a note. So here's Crimble territory. This is where like the Minotaurs are, the undead Minotaurs. Like just a White Hoof. Basically that's what you'll be fighting, White Hoofs. Now if I want to walk over here, but you'll notice I basically get a warning. Basically, warning to the west is the Atmos tribe territory, likely too dangerous for you. Basically you go there eventually when you're a little bit higher level, but for now we're a little bit too weak for it, so we'll not worry about this yet. Alright, let's go to the main point I guess first for now. We're basically going to go in here and kill some alligators. Because alligators are fun to kill. So, basically, something to note by the way is that there's a troll civilization in the game. And here's like a troll pirate. This is a troll pirate. Alright, let's go with a blunt shot first. Then we'll go with this one. Apparently that didn't do anything, that sucks. Ow! They're apparently both hitting me, which is kind of a nuisance. Let's do that. By the way, there's like cold wizards on the troll side you have to watch out for. There he is right there. Okay, there we go. We managed to get through those guys. And yeah, some of these guys have like shouts and stuff that you have to watch out for. So there's a basiligator. This thing looks like an alligator, but it's unnaturally large, gray eyes. It gazes at you with great intensity. There's a mutant snake. This snake seems to thrive in the polluted waters of the sewers. There's a marauder. We finally have marauders to fight, by the way. Marauders! They keep coming for me. Nice, I got an Umbral Razor. And I got some lore. So much to kill. To the southwest is a pirate. Now, I should probably note, by the way, you want to be very careful when you're inside, like, you know, these places now. I don't really have, like, a really good light source right now, so I actually have a light racer free. So it's really dark in here. And these guys, like, you know, are just kicking my ass. Level up. There goes my dexterity up to 40. Cunning goes up to 33. What's this do? Steam Star. Your Blood Star effect also burns part of your victim's flesh, dealing fire damage. The intensity of fire generates steam when you physically absorb Gestalt, providing 4 steam each turn. Each additional victim steam generation is reduced by 66%. Cool. Let's get steam start going there. And over here we can throw a point into something like electricity. Eureka! You learn Metal Stimulator. So there's something else learned, a Mental Stimulator. Ooh, this gets cutting. That's actually really nice to get. I might want that just so I can get, like, you know, more cunning. Let's create it. Why not? So now I've got this on here. You know, while I'm at it, I might want to go with the weapons and, like, the boots and stuff like that. So let's do that. So we got, like, rocket boots. Rocket boots basically give you, like, a town called Rocket Boots, honestly. So I could get them. Let's get tier 1 of this. So now I've got rocket boots. And these things basically give me activate your rocket boots, firing huge flame from your feet boots. This increases my movement speed. Each movement will leave a trail of fire. So there's like a nice little effect to basically get. So burnate them all. Fire! Oh, apparently I hurt myself if I run from my own fire. Alright, well that's an interesting effect. That's like good for like running away, I guess. I thought for a moment there might be a jump type of thing, but whatever. Now, that was probably a bad idea. So, note that there's like these like little grates you can basically open. In this case, we open up a unique over here. That's kind of dangerous to do. I actually probably didn't mean to get that unique right there. So, we're actually going to get out of here right now, immediately. Where's the exit, actually? Okay, that's the way down over here. Because there's a unique here, I really don't want to be fighting. I'm going to run away from this battle and, like, you know, go somewhere else, I think. That can happen to, like, these sewer grates that you open. I didn't figure out one would pop out like that, but whatever. Uniques, they're, you know, uniques. Let's go here. The bastard's beckoning me of all things, so that's going to be a nuisance, but whatever. Let's just get up here. Yeah, I'm just gonna run away, if possible, from this guy, because he's gonna be annoying. I might want to have the psychoport, so let's do that. And, of course, I psychoport in the wrong place. Yep, you want to be very careful with your psychoport type abilities. So here's this guy again. I guess we'll fight him, so we'll try doing that. Let's go with, Unfortunately, I don't think that'll work if I don't hit something. That's the one bad thing about this vacuum shot. I think I have to hit something to work. Well, I stunned him. That'll help a little bit. Let's go here. Apparently he's a rogue, of all things. That'll be fun to fight. And apparently he dropped Insidious poison on me. That'll be annoying. Let's hit him. Let's knock him back. My keyboard is feeling to work, which is always fun. I feel like I can't fire this unless I have a target. That's kind of suck. So that's what I got for, like, you know, opening his grate up. You basically, you know, sometimes get stuff. In this case, I got myself a digging implement. Okay, this guy's definitely still alive. He's been kind of annoying, though. He's also not very dead. Okay, let's just kill him again. And let's hit him with, Youch! Alright, well, that sort of sucked. I think I hit myself there. So yeah, basically, no, even more milieu critical strike against me. So he used dual strike on me there. That hurt a lot. Okay, let's do that. He stunned me, so I've got to get rid of this with the simple frost salve. Let's, set this up for right here, maybe? Nope, but I can see him. I think it's because like I've got the metal star active on him, so that's helped me out a little bit. Let's do that a little bit, and poof, a little bit more damage to him. Let's use one of those. I'm struggling against Beacon yet again. That's always fun. He dropped in a trap on me of some sort. Alright, well that's getting annoying. He's doing trap after trap, but whatever. Looks like I'll be able to fight this guy, which is good. He's almost down. You know, I think I'm missing this guy quite a bit, which is a bit of a nuisance. Let's set that up. I'm going to use the steam generator to get some steam. I really don't want to get hit by this guy again, so let's just do that yet again. Hit him for some fire damage, basically, is what that's all about. Finally! Alright, well there's the first guy killed. So, yeah, sometimes you can like get like a chest like those like uniques from those like rates. I'll basically open up another one, I guess, so you can see what's gonna go on with those. Alright, so far I don't see anything in here I really want to keep. But yeah, there's basically these things called like strange conduits on the walls. These like act as like chests you can open up, but you sometimes get alligators from them. So there's like a rare alligator. So let's go with blunt shot to start off here. Let's stun them both. Apparently he's counterattacking that guy. Let's assault him. And there's a schematic on the floor I can pick up. That's cool. We'll set this up just in case, and then we'll start firing in this direction. So apparently doing mine damage, I guess, with something. Which is cool. Alright, there we go. We got ourselves a grounding strap. So grounding strap is over here. It's basically for my cloak. This gives me stun freezing immunity, so that's a nice little thing to get. There's fire coin down here. So this basically when attacks gives me 20% of physical repulsion. So cool. Something for my weapon. Here's our conduit. I guess we'll open up. So here's like what you used to expect from these. You get basically a lot of these guys to fight. Let's do that. And let's just fire off. Whoopsie, I did the wrong thing there. Well, whatever. Blood shot. Stun them all. Vacuum shot. That's fun to do. Boink. There's some armor for my troubles there. And that's better than my current armor, so we're just going to put it on. Get rid of this. I think we'll transmogrify some of this stuff. I'm closing in on 1,000 gold, don't you know? Let's go look for some more condos just in case they're around. Okay, I don't see any more, so let's go to the next level. So far I'm doing quite well here. This is fun. It's a whole lot of fire, 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 you know? There's a chest. We've seen those before. We'll pick that up later on. Let's assault that guy. Or not assault, this is Metal Star the guy. That worked out well. Pow, 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 pow. More dexterity, more of this stuff. So yeah, this is actually a pretty cool idea, this vacuum shot here, but the problem with it is I think it has to hit a foe first for it to work. That's a pretty weak top tier talent for this, but whatever. Here's Death Star. So when you use a shoot class talent to hit a creature affected by Blood Star, on any other shoot talent will have its current equivalent reduced by 1. That could be very useful. Let's get that. That lets me use talents like more, you know, retroactively, I guess. Alright, so something I know about is down here, access to like, you know, compact steam tank and steam power. These are very powerful abilities you can get. Basically increase like your steam tank so you have more steam and steam power for more like effective talents. I'm gonna get these up like a lot, so we're gonna do that. Apparently I got the power distributor. That's right here, it's for the belt. So I can stay on a man and saw each turn. There's another conduit. Well, let's go open up some conduits and chests and stuff like that. So let's go up over here. Okay, nothing in this direction. Yeah, I'm just gonna map out from the top where I want to go. There's the chest. Let's go open it up. Actually, you know what we're gonna do first? We're gonna do this. I'm gonna set my Vapor Step to be over in this direction. Set the maximum charge. We got some friends. Boom! Apparently I outright killed something. That one effect doesn't last too long, but whatever. That worked out pretty well. I found a chest and I killed all the guys there. By the way, there's like a sort of graphical glitch in like the DLC where like you have chests that like open and don't open. Yeah, it's like this. You know, it's a good DLC this game, but it's got like, you know, some things. Damn, I got 2 rares here. Knock them both away. I forgot to set this thing up, so let's do that right now. Oof. You hit me with something bad. Okay, wow. This guy's got strafe. So you have to be very careful with some of the enemies in this game. They can't have gunslinger talents like you, or like, you know, steam tech talents like you. In this case, this guy's able to hit me with steam tech talents, and it's hurting a lot. Like, I mean, a whole lot. Like, it's time to get out of here a whole lot. So, something to note, by the way, in this game is that the recent like addition of like the Steam Tech, it made it so like some foes were like a lot tougher than they need to be. Alright, there's the exit. I don't need to go there. I need to go in this direction down. I actually do want to go up this way. Because these guys are being like tough, I'm actually going to go up to like, you know, somewhere else. Well, where am I supposed to go to get out of here? Yeah, it's always fun having to look around for like the stairs out. Alright, they're down there. You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna do this. I get dazed. I feel like something's hitting me from far away. It's annoying, but whatever. We're just gonna run away this way until I recall out of here. Oh, apparently this guy's following me this entire time. Did I forget to recall or something? That'd be annoying. Alright, well this is annoying. I've got to fight this guy here, I guess. The Mind Slayer. Assault him. He's gonna be a pain to fight, but whatever. I gotta fight him. Let's do that to him. Apparently I missed him, I guess. Or no, I got him. He got crushed a little bit. Heal up a little bit. Let's hit him. I think about him say he's got me stunned and I got this other crap on me as well. And I got no medical injector available apparently. That's just unfortunate. Let's heal up a little bit. I'm going to there's that guy, so now I've got myself in between both the Mind Slayer and this guy here. Ow! God damn, I hate this stupid... These guys are annoying. That's all I can say. We're gonna set that there. I'm gonna try and get out of there. And apparently I got no medical injector available. And I can't move. Because I'm pinned. Okay, what happened that made me have no medical injector available? And why can't I use like the raw recall of all things? Okay, let's use the steam generator, I guess. Use that up. Okay, there we go. Healed up a little bit. I find it really interesting that this guy is apparently made me forget how to use my raw recall or something like that. That must be like due to like amnesia of some sort. Let's get out of here a little bit more. I was gonna try running away yet again. I'm actually gonna keep doing this as well. Alright, well there we go, we got out of there. That was painful as hell. At least I didn't die again. Alright, well I'll have to go back to like that place at some point, because that is part of like, you know, stuff I need to do, but for now, I'm probably gonna go to the other places first, I guess, and we'll just like try and get my experience up so I can go back there and fight. That's something to watch out for though. You got like uniques and like, you know, rares that can pop out of like those conduits, kind of like treasure chests. And because like you can get like, you know, Steam gunners and like Steam saw, you know, users, you can get some like really dangerous stuff to fight. Anyhow, let's just save my guy here for now. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. For now, take care.